Hello and welcome, SOSANA family, and all of you who are brand new to the SOSANA project. My name is Mark Ross. I am the co-founder of SOSANA, and I also represent my business partner, David Track, who is the founder of SOSANA. David is one of my best friends, and I got to tell you, I've known him for probably 20 plus years, and we both have a lot of experience now up to this point in cryptocurrency and things like that. But I want to tell you basically how we got this started. I want to try to make this a quick overview to make it really easy for people to share so that they can find out why SOSANA is going to be and it is about to go viral and why you guys are right at the beginning. We believe you guys are right at the beginning of this project before it goes viral as I'm doing this recording. And I got to tell you, we believe we're going to make history. We believe that we have an amazing meme concept, but most importantly, this is so much more than just a token. Like every other crypto project in history that I've ever witnessed, it's all about the token, right? SOSANA is so much more than just the token. And I'm going to get into that here in a second, but I want to tell you how we got started. So David, a good friend of mine, of course, as I said, the founder, called me up. This was December time in 2024. He calls me up and he says, "Hey, Mark, I have what I believe is the best idea I've ever come up with for a crypto project." He goes, "It's going to be a meme coin and we're going to call it SOSANA." And I'm like, okay. Now, immediately, because of our experience, especially of late at that time, we had been doing a lot of trading in and out of the Solana ecosystem and the network, and all these different projects that are popping up. And of course, we can all relate to this. But I said, okay, so what does that stand for? He said it stands for shiny object syndrome and nothing accomplished. Now, I immediately cracked up. And almost everybody I talk to, they either smile or they laugh. Why is that? Because they can relate to it. And let me tell you, some of the biggest reasons why meme coin projects are really successful, the number one reason is because people can relate to it. People understand it right away. They just understand it. It's either relatable, it's either about some kind of character that they've known about but nobody had made a coin for yet and they're excited. It builds a cult following. It could be political. There's all these different reasons why meme coins are successful, but the number one reason is because people relate to it. And I got to tell you, I can't think of a meme coin concept right now in this day and age of crypto, especially in the Solana ecosystem, that people can relate to more than the shiny object syndrome and nothing accomplished, because we've identified the biggest problem, what we believe is the biggest problem in crypto. And that is that there's way too much supply and not enough demand. There are way too many projects popping up. On the Solana ecosystem right now on the network and in their blockchain, every single day there are thousands, sometimes even tens of thousands of projects that actually launch on the Solana network every single day. Not every single week, not every single month. I'm talking every single day. And what has that done? Well, folks, we know that 99.9% of those projects are just junk. And it's made it so easy. I mean, let's face it. The reality is this. The Solana blockchain is an incredible blockchain. It's made it unbelievably user-friendly for new people to come in and build projects. But because it made it so easy, it also is a two-edged sword, and it made it too easy. It made it so that everybody and their dog can start their own meme coin. If you have an idea, you can throw it out there. If you go to pump.fun, okay, you'll find literally thousands of projects every day popping up on pump.fun where people go in there for 50 to 100 bucks and they can just start launching their little project. And the reality of that is it's made it so that it's extremely difficult, more difficult now than it's ever been, to find quality projects, because all of these shiny objects are drowning out the quality projects. And let me tell you, there's a lot of really quality projects out there, but they're not even getting a chance to get off the ground because there's just so much distraction. That is what we believe is the number one problem in crypto today. Because what is your goal? Your goal as a crypto investor, or even as a new person, okay, and maybe you're new to crypto, okay, we've been bringing in all kinds of people into SOSANA now that are brand new to crypto because they get this concept that I'm about to explain to you. And that is, your goal is anytime you're going to try to find a project, you want to find that project first of all, you want to find a quality project. And secondly, you want to find it at the soonest or earliest time you possibly can, because you know that the people who make the most money in crypto are the ones who see it before everyone else does, right? And that is the goal of every investor. But we've also recognized the number one problem. Now, I could stop right there and I could tell you, if you go to our website, which is sosana.io, you're going to go down the website. You're going to see a really funny Rick and Morty cartoon that's there. I'm not going to play that for you right now, but you guys could go to sosana.io and watch it. It's like 1 minute and 40 seconds. It's funny. People relate to it. It's a parody. You know, it's got all that stuff to it. Now, if you go down this website, you're going to realize, wow, this is what I call the essence of crypto satire, right? Because we're recognizing not only the number one problem, but we're laughing about it. We've got entertainment. It's funny. That's what meme coins are all about. Fun. It's funny, it's entertaining, it's humorous, all of those things, right? And we believed that when we came up with this, you know, David went together. I will tell you, when David got to work on this website, and he did it all. I mean, very little help from me. David scripted the entire thing. He also scripted the Rick and Morty video that you guys can go watch. But when you first get to it and you start reading about it, you're going to go, this is just a funny thing. This is a meme. It's a joke. It's funny. And there's a lot of people out there that just hate meme coins. They hate them because they really don't see any utility or value in them. And yet, let's face it, meme coins are actually growing faster than just about any other kind of crypto project out there. And we believe we had, and we know that we have, a very winning concept. Let's just put it that way. A very like a concept, a meme coin concept that's a winning concept. We knew we had that. And so we went to work, and I got to say, David, mostly, I'm ashamed to admit that David really went to work and he scripted everything. He'd ask me what I thought, and I thought it was awesome. And just the whole thing is funny. If you go down this website, you're going to laugh. You're going to be entertained. I can almost guarantee it, right? If you like fun and humor, you're going to like SOSANA. But let me tell you where the magic happened, okay? We got together. I don't know the exact timeline, but I think it was probably a month into it. And we realized that we could solve this problem. Wow. Because in business, some of the most successful businesses out there are the ones that solve problems. And if you can solve the number one problem, which we believe in crypto is shiny object syndrome and nothing accomplished, we think most investors in crypto now are suffering from shiny object syndrome and accomplishing nothing because they can't seem to find the quality projects because they're drowned out by all the shiny objects. It's really difficult to find. So what we did, this is what we did. I want to tell you, we first implemented what we call a 3% tax. Now, I'm going to bring it right here. I'm going to highlight that. A buy and sell, but also transfer. So every transaction, whether you're buying it, selling it, transferring it, in and out, you're going to have a 3% tax. Now, I'm just like everybody. I hate taxes, but let me tell you, when I explain to you what this tax is all about, you're going to love the SOSANA tax, because here's basically how it works. 1% of that 3% goes towards what we call the stability wallet. That is for the purpose of raising liquidity, market making, and doing everything we can to make this token stable as possible for the long term, because that's what we're going for. SOSANA is a long-term project, unlike 99 point whatever percent of projects out there. And not only that, the other 3% goes towards what we call marketing, but also another purpose, another utility I'm going to get into. I'm not going to tell you yet because it'd give it away. But we have two reasons for that other 1%. But here's the third 1%, and this is where the magic happens. We created what we called a DGen voter bonus wallet. Now, remember, I said voting. And if you get into this website, the further down you go, you're going to start realizing this isn't just a meme coin. This is a project that has one of the most powerful reward concepts you've ever seen in its utility. Okay. Now, a lot of projects out there, most of them nowadays, they don't have any utility. They're just meme coins. They're just projects that they want to build their little cult followings and pump and dumps, whatever they are. But at SOSANA, we've created a utility that we believe is going to solve the number one problem, and that is the shiny object syndrome, and how most crypto investors and people out there are accomplishing nothing because of that. How does that work? Let me help you understand it. That 1% I told you goes into this DGen voter bonus wallet that grows and grows and grows. Because you can imagine every single transaction that comes in, buy, sell, transfer, 1% of that keeps feeding into that DGen voter bonus wallet, which, by the way, is going to go out to reward the community. Okay, so when you join our project and you buy SOSANA tokens, you're going to be in our community and you're going to have access to this reward concept. And here's what it basically is. Listen closely, because what I'm about to explain to you has literally never been done in crypto history. And I'm going to explain to you why we know that SOSANA is going to go viral, because you guys are just right at the beginning of this. We are about to launch this concept. It's absolutely amazing. Okay. Now, before I get into this, I also have to tell you a disclaimer. This is not financial advice. This is not a guarantee of income. There's nothing like that going on. We're not making any predictions. All we're going to do is we're going to give you the facts about this utility. We're going to show you how it works, and then you can decide where you think SOSANA is going to go. Okay, so basically, here's what we did. We created a safe haven community where people can come together, where we believe there will be strength in numbers. What do I mean by that? That means the bigger the community gets, the stronger we get, but for a particular reason, and that is to solve the #1 problem in crypto: shiny object syndrome and nothing accomplished. Well, what do? We have what we call a 2-week process that we've created. And this 2-week process consists of this. If you hold $500 worth of SOSANA, okay, you can nominate your favorite project in the Solana network. Okay, so you can go onto the Solana network, you can go to YouTube videos, you can go to influencers, telegrams, you can get on Deck Screener, you can look for what you believe is your favorite project on the Solana network. Now, you might be telling yourself, I don't know anything about that. That's okay, don't worry about it, you can still participate, and here's how. If you hold $500 worth of SOSANA, you can nominate your favorite project. However, there's going to be a vote. There's going to be an election process for those who have nominated those tokens. Every 2 weeks, we hold an election process. And all you have to do to participate in the election, if you're part of the community, is simply hold $50 worth of SOSANA. Okay, just $50. You can connect your wallet to the dApp. That's the decentralized app. And then you can participate in the election process. And here's what's going to happen. This is why it's going to solve the problem. You take all the people that have nominated that project, their favorite project. Our particular system, it is proprietary. And let me tell you, it's totally automated. There's nothing where me and Dave or anybody in the team or anybody that has to do with corporate at SOSANA chooses those projects that have been nominated. We don't make that choice. We have something set in place that chooses 25 projects that have been nominated. Okay, we're going to take those 25 projects, we're going to bring them out, and we're going to reveal them Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern, again, every 2 weeks. Okay, so now you as a voter can connect your wallet. You can then vote for your favorite project out of those 25 projects. Okay, so you're going to choose out of those 25 projects. You're going to have 48 hours to choose it, from Saturday 7 p.m. to Monday 7 p.m. You're going to make a choice. Now, what is your goal in this as a member of the SOSANA community? Think about it. Your goal is to find what you believe is the most quality project, right? You want to find the most quality project. Isn't that, again, the #1 goal of everybody in the crypto space, right? Is that they want to find the most quality project, and they want to find it at the earliest time. So you're going to be looking at these 25 projects, and you're going to make a decision based on what you find, what you think is the one project out of those 25 that you think is the best project that's been nominated. Now, if you've nominated a project, you're also going to have an opportunity to earn $500 worth of SOSANA on the first election. And we know that is going to increase. That reward will increase over time. But initially, it's going to be $500 worth of SOSANA if your nominated project wins the election. Now, this 48-hour process from Saturday to Monday, 7 p.m., everyone has a chance to vote. You're going to enter your vote. We also have, by the way, so that nobody can game the system, we have KYC required. So it's what I call crypto voter ID, right? Where you're going to be able to go in, And it guarantees that each person, each member of the community can only vote once. That's extremely important because we've protected the integrity of this election process, right? But think about what this process does. This takes the 25 projects that our community chose as what they think are the most interesting projects during that 2-week period, and it allows the entire community that has just $50 worth of SOSANA to come in and vote for their favorite project, which will do what? It will forge those 25 projects through an election process where the cream will rise to the top, and the number one project that receives the most votes during that 48-hour period will win. So we know what goes to the person who nominated, but listen to this. This is how powerful this gets. Remember that DGen voter bonus wallet I told you about? This is what's historic because for 2 weeks in this process, that DGen voter bonus wallet has been collecting every single transaction, buys, sells, transfers. 1% of that goes into that DGen voter bonus wallet. And I'm going to show you how big that can get because it can get enormous. Now, what this has done is it's made it so that the more transactions come in, the bigger this DGen voter bonus wallet gets. And let me tell you how it works. If by the end of the election at 7 p.m. Monday night, we're going to reveal the winning token project, the one that received the most votes, you're actually going to see a top 10, and you're going to see all the votes that every one of those projects have received at that moment in time. It won't be revealed until that time. Now, if you voted for that winning project, get this. That DGen voter bonus wallet I told you about is going to actually go onto the decentralized exchange of the project that won the election, and it's going to buy that token. Then it's going to airdrop that token to all the voters that actually voted for that token. Can you understand that reward process? Amazing. Okay. Now, what I just explained to you has literally never been done in crypto history. And here's why we believe it's going to solve the number one problem. Because let's face it, we have a community. The community all works together in one accord for one purpose, and that is to find quality projects. Correct? Make sense? Not only that, they can get rewarded for doing it. Now, this gives a tremendous motivation of where there's strength in numbers. The bigger the community gets, the bigger the DGen voter bonus wallet gets, the more rewarding it can be when it buys that token that the community voted for and airdrops that reward to all the people who voted for that token. But let me take it a step further. This is when it gets really exciting. We believe there's going to come a time, again, there's no guarantees. We're not throwing this out there to guarantee any income, disclaimers that I need to, the disclaimers I've got to tell you. We can't guarantee any income here. We can't make any predictions on what's going to happen, but let me tell you what we think is going to happen. We believe there's going to come a time when the community has gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. And more people have gotten reward after reward after reward with each election process that occurs. But we also believe that at one point, there's going to be what we call a tipping point. Now, what do I mean by tipping point? Tipping point simply means that that DGen voter bonus wallet is going to get so big and the community is going to vote for just the right project. Maybe it's got a small market cap, and that this DGen voter bonus wallet is so big that when it buys that token, it's going to actually explode the price of that token that won the election. Now think about that. And not only that, that token that won the election is going to be rewarding those people that voted for that token. But let me just kind of help you get an inside scoop on what we also believe is going to happen. You see, from 7 p.m. when we announce this winner until 8 p.m., you're going to have an opportunity to look at the DGen voter bonus wallet, see the size of it. Is it big? It could be, we think in the future, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and eventually even millions of dollars, we believe, will eventually show up in that DGen voter bonus wallet. The bigger the community gets, the more transactions that occur in that 2-week period. We think that all these things are going to work together synergistically to create something really special. And if you're someone who didn't vote for the winning token, you may want to consider adding that token to your portfolio before the DGen voter bonus wallet buys it, for obvious reasons. I'm not even going to go into it. It's so common sense why you would want to do that, right? Because you know that there's an opportunity. Now, we create the opportunity at SOSANA. We don't guarantee income. This isn't a guarantee that you're going to make money. But what if you had an opportunity, not a guarantee, but an opportunity to be in the right place at the right time every 2 weeks. What if you had that opportunity? What if you had an opportunity to vote for the winning project every 2 weeks and be potentially rewarded every 2 weeks? Now, to give you an idea of what's possible, I'm going to show you real quick. I'm going to go to the coin market cap and I'm going to pull up some meme coins. Why am I pulling up meme coins? Because as you know, SOSANA is a meme coin project. But in honesty, honestly, I really don't believe that you can compare our utility and what we're doing as a meme coin project. We're so much more than a token. We are so much more than a meme coin. But I just want to give you an idea of what is possible. Okay. Now we're looking at meme coin projects. I don't want to start at the top because these are the big dogs. These are the multi-billion-dollar market cap projects that have occurred. We believe this is a multi-billion-dollar market cap project in the making because of this amazing concept that, again, has never been done before. It's going to be the most rewarding concept in crypto history for our community. But at the same time, it's going to solve the #1 problem in crypto, and that is shiny object syndrome, right? We're going to throw out the shiny objects through our community election process, and we're going to uplift the quality projects. Do you understand how that solves the #1 problem in crypto? Please think about that. If you don't understand it, start over with this presentation and watch it all over again, because I can't tell you enough why I believe this is going to go viral because of this concept. But I want you to think about this. Let's just look at some of these projects. Let's go down the list and let's just go with 100 and whatever project here. Let's find one here. Honestly, it doesn't even matter. Let's just take, I just at least want to try to find one that am somewhat familiar with. Let's just take the Trump token. Perfect. Okay. I'm going to pull up the Trump token. Now, the Trump token has a $1.2 billion market cap. It's currently ranked, I think, 63rd on the list. But I want to show you what's possible in terms of volume, because remember, I told you 1% of every single transaction that occurs will go into that DGen voter bonus wallet. Now, imagine if Trump token had a DGen voter bonus wallet. Why? Because you can see that although it's a market cap of $1.25 billion, and you look at this chart, okay, this is the chart from the beginning to end. Do you see how flat this is? Do you realize that the Trump token hasn't even had a pump in months? We're talking about a project that is flat. Look at this chart. Flat, dead, not dead, but flat project, okay? Really flat project. Now, everybody that's in Trump knows that at one point, if you know anything about crypto and quality projects, that it's like a ticking time bomb. Eventually, it's going to hit a place where it does pump again and explodes and probably creates an all-time high all over again. And I can show you that over and over in crypto. Most people realize that. But look at this volume. 424 million plus volume. That means all the buys, all the sells, any transfers that may have taken place. $424 million in just one 24-hour period in one day. Now, I told you we have a 2-week process that constantly feeds into our DGen voter bonus wallet. You can imagine that would be $4.2 million a day going into our DGen voter bonus wallet. Okay, now you might say, oh man, but that's a $1 billion project. You know, maybe SOSANA will get there, maybe not. I will tell you why I believe SOSANA will get there. Because I believe our project is so much more than a token. Because if you're part of the election process, do you realize that just through our utility alone, you could potentially, not guaranteed, but potentially have an opportunity to create wealth completely aside from the token itself? When has that ever happened in crypto history? That has never happened. Do you know that our community will be the most participating type community? I think we'll have more participation in our community because everyone's going to want to vote. Everyone's going to want an opportunity to earn rewards every 2 weeks. And once they get through that process, who's not going to keep coming back every 2 weeks? I mean, why would you ever buy the SOSANA token and then reach a place where you're like, oh, I've made some profit, I'm going to sell it and go on to another project? No, because you're going to keep coming back every 2 weeks. No one's going to be like, nah, I don't want to earn rewards every 2 weeks. I'm going to move on from this token and get into another project where I might buy the token and earn profits. No, you're going to want an opportunity to have and earn those potential rewards every 2 weeks. And folks, the bigger we get, the faster we're going to grow. Why? Because the rewards are just going to be parabolic. Think about it. And think about the synergy of everything this creates. We believe we will have whole communities that will want to come in and nominate their projects just to win the election, just to win the election process, because they see the size of what this DGen voter bonus wallet can become. I think you guys are starting to get an idea of the vision of this project. And that was my goal today, was to help you guys understand the vision of SOSANA. Let's just take a small market cap. Okay, let's just go into where it's 344 million. I know that may not sound small to you, but that's 218th ranked. Let's just pull it up. It says AI companions. And honestly, I've never even heard of this project. I don't know anything about it. But let's take a look at the 24 hours in volume. $9.72 million in just the last 24 hours. Folks, if I pull up a calculator, okay, I'm going to try to do that here real quick. Let's pull up a calculator. Okay, we have not, again, this is not some guarantee. I'm not making this comparison because I'm guaranteeing you that SOSANA is going to do that. I can't make that guarantee. You can decide based on this information if you think that's possible. Okay, that's your decision. I'm just going to give you the facts. But if we take 9.2 million per day, okay, and we take that times 14, because I told you it's a 2-week process, that means that's $128 million in a 14-day process. Now, why did I come up with that? Because it's 14 days, it's 2 weeks. We take that times 0.01. That means we would literally have over $1.2 million in our DGen voter bonus wallet. Now, we know that on the Solana ecosystem, typically what people are going to try to do is they're going to try to find a nice low market cap quality project that the community can vote for, and the person who nominates it is hoping they're going to win because they're going to receive a reward if they win. But we also know that everybody that comes in to vote that's holding $50 worth of SOSANA is going to come in and they're going to try to find that most quality project. Now it's going to be, it's not going to be some crapshoot. There's only 25 projects in there. Okay, and they're going to make a decision based on those 25 projects. Which one is the most quality? Which one looks the best? And that's where we forge those nominated projects through an election process there. We find the most quality projects, and that alone is a utility that everyone would want to come back for every 2 weeks. But imagine being able to solve the #1 problem in crypto of throwing out the shiny objects and finding quality projects, and at the same time you get rewarded for it. Unbelievable. Folks, that is the vision of SOSANA. I hope this makes sense to you. I wanted to give you guys a tool that you can share, that you can get out to people. And I hope that you found this very, very helpful. Get back to the person who invited you to this overview so that you can get them the information they need, and then they can decide if they want to join our community, purchase our token, and get involved with this awesome concept that we call SOSANA. And I want to welcome all the new members and thank everyone for taking the time. We will see you later.